Welcome everybody, this is Barton Holmes with Yamaha Marine Center. Behind the camera is Meredith. Today we're going to take you through this brand new Pursuit S328. The Pursuit 328 has been out for about 6 years now, but this is a all new version of this boat, so we want to run you through some of the features that this boat offers and some of the changes they've made. Let's start back here in the cockpit. First big change for the boat is now she's available with twin 350 horsepower Yamaha motors. That's increasing the performance of the boat by 3 to 5 miles an hour, and and gets better fuel economy. So it's a great addition to the boat. This does have the extended swim decks as the previous model did, but what we also have this raised splash well now, so you're not having to step down into that. It's all flush. It's like one big swim platform, which is great. We still have the rod holders across the stern. One of the additions is this box behind the seat. This box opens up. It's insulated. You can put tackle in here. You can put all sorts of different gear. Live well remains the same. We're 30-gallon live well on the boat. We have the same fold-down seats here in the cockpit, fore and aft facing. We also have tables that mount here in the cockpit for dining, for relaxing, for lounging. One of the other changes to the boat is this grill area that's been added to with these drawers underneath the grill in the sink. These little storage drawers. That was one of the shortfalls of the previous boat. It didn't have any of the storage down here, so we've added that, which is a great feature. We still have side boarding door on the boat with a ladder that comes with it that deploys. We've got dual fish boxes in this boat. One of the changes is this fish boxes now have molded foam around it, so it does a better job at holding ice, keeping ice. Down in the bilge area, we have the 5 kW Fischer Panda generator and access to filters and pumps, equipment like that. One of the changes also is the engine flush system down here in the cockpit. You've got a quick release fitting to flush each of the motors out when you get finished running the boat, which is another great feature. The hardtop is similar size. The design has changed a little bit, but it's a nice oversized hardtop. The support structure here at the back end is the square tube now, very beefy looking, very attractive. We've also added these side-mounted rod holders here with the kingfish holder. Previously, on the earlier model, there was a rod rack that went all the way across the hardtop, but you can see with the cockpit awning out, you cannot get to the rod holder. So they've put the rod holders here on the corners, added the kingfish rod holder, so it's a great additional feature. The make fast sunshade for the cockpit remains with the boat. We've increased the speaker capacity of the boat. We've angled the speakers so that you get more sound coming at you, which is another great feature. As we move forward in the boat to the bow, the arrangement is very similar to the way it was in the previous boats, but there have been some nice improvements here. First of all, the seat on the front of the console is a bit more comfortable, a bit taller. Fixed armrests with cup holders in the armrests. They're cup holders everywhere, and they're the super deep cup holders, which can hold larger insulated mugs. We have the backrests that come out electronically to support you when you want to face forward and when running the boat. Stereo speakers are up here. We've got the fish boxes underneath these seats. These do drain overboard. They can be fish boxes, they can be storage. These are the poles for the tables that come with the boat. Those tables can be used in the bow or the stern. There are receivers here in the deck, and the tables are stored over here in these compartments. You pull the tables out and then you can use them both in the bow, both in the stern, or split if you'd like. There's access in the deck for the bow area, so you can get into the bow thruster. There's also a backup anchor, a stern anchor, which is stored up here in the bow. Windlass is here. It's a through stem windlass system. One of the changes is they've now put the hatch on a hydraulic cylinder, but you've got fresh and raw water washdown up here. You've got a remote control inside this locker that so you can lower the windlass or lower the anchor up here, or you can do it manually at the helm. Pop-up fender cleats. Excuse me, pop-up cleats here in the bow. Additional rod holders. This has 4 rod holders up here in the bow. These small receivers are for carbon fiber poles for the sunshade that comes with the boat. This boat also has the bow storage cover, which you can see the snaps for. Keep the upholstery out of the sun when you're not using the boat. Diamond pattern non-skid throughout the boat. Very nice feature, easy to clean, great non-skid capability. Up here in the bow you also have remote control for the stereo, and you have the charging ports, USB and 12-volt charging ports. On the front of the console, we've got one large panographic windshield wiper with washer system. There is a vent on the front of the windshield, and you can see the floodlights here in the bow also. What I like about this boat is the deck is all on one level. Everything is, you're in the boat deeply, the sides of the boat are nice and tall, so it makes it very comfortable and safe to come forward. So let's move into the helm area and take a look there. All right, so in the helm area, there have been a lot of updates, a lot of changes to the boat. First of all, let's look at the exterior styling. The boat's always had a full glass windshield, but the windshield's become larger. They've also made a beefier aluminum section here. Actually, this is fiberglass, made into an aluminum piece, which is up here. But it makes for a stronger looking structure around the windshield. Very attractive look to it, kind of emulating the square tube, emulating the same square tube back here. On the helm seats have now switched. It was a single seat at the helm. Now it's gone to a double seat with a single seat to the other side. All of the seats here at the helm have the armrests that flip down and also have the bolsters that come down. So you could seat 3 people here. And there's a footrest here for the passenger. Comes out. And then below the helm here, you've got a footrest for the captain of the boat. And then this footrest will drop to make a standing platform, which is nice. Another large change on the boat is the whole feel of the dashboard. It has a much more sophisticated feel to it, really great look. Everything's been integrated. You've got a little bit of wood trim here. Everything is nicely recessed. This is a factory electronics package. They've increased the electronics from 12 inches to 16 inches. They've also come up with these custom screens, these custom pursuit screens that give you easier access to the different screens within the Garmin multifunction display. This boat, of course, has Helm Master on it, which is the digital controls for the motor with joystick and autopilot. Bow thruster is another standard feature with this boat. Overhead, you've got a separate speaker for the VHF radio. The VHF is mounted here. The mic is a black box VHF, but the mic's here on the dash with a speaker speaker for the VHF overhead and stereo speakers overhead also. Up top, in the hardtop, they've increased the size of the hatch. So this hatch works really well for getting up on top of the hardtop, to lower the antennas, to wash the hardtop, do any maintenance you might have up there. And before there was a hatch, it was about 24 by 24, and it was a hinged hatch. This one is a sliding hatch. The opening is much larger, giving you lots of access to the hardtop, giving you great breeze. If you want more air in the helm area, you can do that also. This boat does have air conditioning in the cabin area, does not have air conditioning in the helm. Underneath where I'm standing is access to a mechanical space where the batteries are located. At the base of the console here, there's a refrigerator that pulls out. On the other side, there's storage, and there's also storage on the front side. This boat is available with Seakeeper. The Seakeeper, this particular one does not have it, but the Seakeeper goes underneath the console, and there's a designated area for that. This boat also has the full enclosure for the helm area. You can see one panel here. There's a curtain that goes here and a curtain that goes down the side of the boat. And then there's actually a piece, an aft awning that will completely enclose the stern of the boat for storage purposes. But these are designed to run with the boat. If the weather is bad, the conditions are bad, you can run and stay dry. They've also added, this is new, they've added this aft piece to give you a little bit more separation from the cockpit. Let's move into the cabin. All right, now we're down inside the cabin of the 328. There have been some changes in here. It's a very nice space, but they've made it feel a little bit more elegant, a little warmer with some wood trim. So let's go through some of this. First thing when you come in, this is an air-conditioned space in the boat. So with the generator running, you can have air-conditioned air heating in here, which is a great feature. They've increased the natural light with these larger windows on the side. These windows have screens that can pull forward. This is a change. They've added a port light to the front here for circulation, bringing air in if you don't have the air conditioning on and you want to have air flowing through there. They've got that, which is nice. The seating is very similar but easier to use. This seat will fold flat to make a berth where up to 2 people could sleep. Forward of here, there's another piece that pulls up so you have access underneath. There's also a new feature of a rod holder, so when the seat folds down and you fold this aft piece up, or the forward piece up, you can stick rods in here, and then the rod tips will come up into this area here, and they'll stick up in the air, and it's used for storage when you want the rods to dry out, but and they're still damp, and you can put them in there and they can dry out. On the other side, there's a vessel sink. There is a water closet in here also. It is in the same space. There's not a separate head area for the toilet. There is a nice new seat on top of the toilet which hides it away, which is a nice feature. We've got cup holders in here, some storage bins around. I've got controls for the macerator for the holding tank. Another change is on the electrical panel. The AC electrical panel is in here, and it is now has a cover on it. Before it was just open. Now there's a cover and it's recessed. Generator controls are up here, air conditioning controls are here, and of course the shore power breaker is up here also. And you got a couple little cubbies for storage. As Pursuit always does, the deck on the boat is beautiful. It's a solid wood deck that they make in-house, and it's what they call floating. There's a seam around the base of it, so if you do get water on the deck, the water will go beneath it and then drain into the bilge area. The steps as you come into the cabin are also solid wood, as is the trim around the perimeter. These pieces are a synthetic, very durable, handholds everywhere, and good lighting. So good space, nice space. You can't have 2 adults overnight in the cabin, but it's really more of a storage, an area to store his gear, and if you're headed to the Bahamas or whatever, there's plenty of room in here to toss your gear around. So that's it for the cabin.